We'll be there.
Thanks, guys.
Minimum Millennials was live. Just got a notie.
Wow.
You want to hop on that chat, see what they're up to?
Yeah.
Guys, we're live on YouTube.
0 viewer here, so get over here.
Currently 0 viewers, so come on, guys. Where are you at?
Oh, just got a notie as well. I might have to go to that live event. Somebody's here. Hello, person number 1. Hello, person number 18.
Wow.
We're hopping on.
Hello, person number 43. There we go.
Okay, let's see if we can see the chat now. We need to go find this chat. Is it?
Always super. Person number 1. Oh, there we go. 100. That lag is brutal.
Hold on. How do I do this?
Sorry, guys. We always every live video starts with like 5 minutes of technical difficulties. So just hang on, and we're trying to find. We're trying to find your chats.
That's where it is. I think.
Stream status is good.
There we go.
Oh, hey!
Yay!
Hey! Chat's working.
We can see you guys.
Hi from Detroit. Hi, someone knows my name is Nicholas. Hello. You're right about that. Whoever did digging and found out my name is Nicholas.
Wow.
You're like a prime guy there.
Is it working?
Yeah, well,
Yay.
sort of. I thought it'd be nice and like stress releasing for you.
Yeah.
All right, guys, do us a favor. I know there's a lot of chats blowing up right now. If you can hear us, just type like, I don't know. H. Type H and nothing else. I want to see what the lag on this is. Just type H.
Everyone knows the drill. Like everyone's telling us where they are from.
Is that how you're gonna start your live stream?
No one's typing.
Oh,
there we
it
go.
is. Okay.
Wow, so many H's.
That's a lot of H's. Okay. Holy
okay, hold on. We need
smokes.
to introduce them to our friends. We have friends. We have Becca.
Like, do you want to just join the chat?
Yeah, sure.
That's Eamon. Eamon's pretty uninterested in our chat.
I'm not interested. What's up, homies?
Wicca, what's up, homies?
I'm making breakfast.
Yeah, we haven't like really had breakfast or lunch, and it's kind of like this weird time. So
Yeah, it's true.
we're kind of cooking and stuff, but I'll sit for a bit. Yeah.
Becky, you should tell them what we just showed off to you.
The grill. Yeah.
We're in Eamon and Beck's van, by the way.
Yeah.
It's like,
A little
It's a little
unfamiliar.
and we're not drinking wine on a Saturday morning. This is Jasmine Hibiscus Kombucha.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's really good.
Just like that.
Thomas Quiggle wants to know what's for breakfast. What's for breakfast?
That's a great question, Mr. Wiggle.
Oh, Lauren says Eamon is pretty. Got it.
Got it.
Got it. That's really vague, isn't it?
Is she
Got it.
not impressed that Eamon's here? or
Got
what?
it. Okay.
Let's not put Eamon on the screen again.
Okay, we get it. Eamon is pretty. And what's for Becky, Eamon?
Breakfast is pretty weak. It's just fruit. So I might do like a little fruit salad, orange, apple,
That sounds nice.
banana,
Ooh,
maybe oats? Or is that weird?
that's weird.
That's
Okay,
super
so just
weird.
fruit
Wait,
salad.
what about
Actually, I love that
grapefruit?
idea, Eamon.
And then like maybe I have some energy balls, so I'll have like an energy ball on the side.
Oh.
I'm gonna whip it nasty. Don't worry.
Those are nasty.
You know I've been asking for us.
So Eamon's cooking up a nasty over there.
Jack is like more mukbang, less chit chat.
Oh.
Okay, stay tuned for tomorrow.
Don't subscribe to our channel.
Jack.
Turn those
Hello,
notifications
Jack.
on the bell.
My
Hit that bell for these
grief.
guys' channels so you can.
Somebody's having dinner. Lindsay, holy smokes. You're on it, huh?
People are asking where you are. Maybe you should say again that you're not in your van.
Okay, guys. We are in Eamon and Beck's van. Who else is here? Let's see how many people are here. How do we see that, babe? There we go.
Right there.
Oh, 182
Wow.
people.
That's
All right,
awesome.
nice to see you guys. So we're in
Awesome.
Eamon and Beck's van. If you're not
Beautiful.
subscribed to them, feel free to check them out. You should. Eamon and Beck on YouTube. What is it?
Craft Hippie, there you are.
Hi, Craft
Hi,
Tippy.
Dee
Hey, Dee. Oh, there you are. Hello from Thailand. Love you all. Thailand. So what should we? We're in San Antonio right now, guys.
Mhm.
We Oh, Eamon, they want to see your hair.
Your haircut.
I want to see your hair.
Yeah, it looks
Beautiful
great.
haircut.
Yeah, his hair looks
No, I
amazing.
think they
right
want
now.
you to take it down, boo.
Yeah.
To see the haircut made by me.
Oh,
Here, turn around,
I hate
Bubba.
when he does this.
Turn around. That's the best part.
You look like a lion.
Is it really bad still?
So bad,
So you
buddy.
should just like cut right there.
Yes. Look at how long your hair would be otherwise. And then
Holy
look at how
smokes.
short that
Well, let me
piece is.
show them why I love it. Because when you actually throw it up,
Yeah.
Insane.
like what I do, this is my hairdo.
Oh, look at this
You know?
poof you
I
got.
know,
Like,
wow.
the
That's-
90s
I know.
poof.
Hello.
You know,
Yeah.
it's just clean.
There
It's
you
amazing,
go.
dude.
There's
I
no
love
like
that.
hand hanging on the back of
Dude,
my
looks
head.
Yeah,
incredible.
it was really bad.
Looks
Oh,
incredible.
snap. Yeah.
So the boys know how to make a really efficient, utilitarian haircut. We're not trying to mess around with these layers.
Someone says, "Don't give up your day job, Christian."
Oh wow,
Oh.
I already did, Benny. I'm so sorry about that. I'm done. Okay, we should look for some questions. What do you guys think?
Yeah, let's do
All right,
it.
let's scope around. Hi, everyone's from Wisconsin, Atlanta.
Columbia. Oh, I thought
Two favorite couple.
Hey, there's a Canadian,
British
British Columbia.
what's up?
Toronto. Jacob Rhodes from Toronto.
Hey, Jacob.
Nice.
I'm legit stalking all of you.
There's Claire from Toronto
That's
too.
good.
That's
That's
sweet.
comforting. Beck, where's your bun? You're not allowed on camera if you don't have a bun. That's right.
Oh,
Yeah.
excuse me.
Yeah, all right.
Because you guys are the fun buddies.
Oh, we're bun buddies. Yeah.
All right, do you guys have any questions
one
to kick this off?
question. Sprinter question. Have the opportunity to buy a Sprinter that's missing a fuel injector. Remember hearing you guys had a similar situation. Should I go for it or wait?
So Logan, let me answer your question. Our Sprinter, when we bought it, we were told that it was missing its fuel pump. There are two fuel pumps on a Sprinter. There's the hydraulic fuel pump that's like in the engine area. There's another one that comes from the tank itself. The one that's from the tank itself is like $200. The one that's in the engine is like $3,000, right? So we fixed both fuel pumps, thinking that would fix the problem. Turns out the engine was what didn't have the fuel pressure. It wasn't the fuel pump problem, it was the engine problem. So that was a ton of extra money. So I would never recommend buying a car that doesn't drive.
So do you have an extra fuel pump for this, homie?
Yeah, we bought like 8, so
Yeah, I don't have an extra fuel pump. So I would never recommend driving a van that doesn't drive. If it can drive and you can take it to a mechanic and they can give you a price breakdown, I think that's it's up to your discussion. But I think buying one that doesn't drive is a huge risk.
Michaela
How
wants
is
to know how
co-travel?
old-
I like this one.
Yeah.
How old are all of you now? Roll call.
Roll call.
Roll call.
We'll go from youngest to oldest.
Sure.
Yeah.
21.
22.
26.
27.
So
Oh,
God.
I am the mama, aren't I?
You really are,
I'm
too.
the mom
I
to
like the big
everybody.
sister kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The cool big sister,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
absolutely.
That moms everyone really hard.
Yeah, for
Someone
sure.
asked, how is co-travel going?
Oh, it's
Mhm.
amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Co-travel is great.
The only thing we fight about is food.
Yeah, we fight about food all the time.
I ate Beck's avocado taco yesterday, and she was not happy about it.
I was just stunned, to
Why
be
was it-
honest. I was so stunned.
Yeah, your face was legitimately like,
I couldn't believe it.
I was in shock.
Like, I was like, but what do you mean there's no freaking thing? Like, that was really upsetting.
Hey,
Oh,
Nomadic Movement.
are you guys gonna hang out with the Nomadic Movement?
Oh, I heard they miss us too. I
my
heard the Medical
gosh.
Millennials miss you guys too.
Guys, we genuinely miss you guys and wish you were coming with us.
We gotta go on an adventure soon for sure.
More deeds. We already have planned adventures for years and years to come. So we'll
Yeah,
keep-
someone asked us, sorry, I saw a question about co-travel and like how long.
yeah.
I don't know, maybe because in the video you just posted,
Yeah.
we were like, this is the trip.
Yeah.
And then Eamon's like, and then from there,
Yeah,
we
right.
shoot back up to Toronto, head to
Alaska.
Iceland. Like, yeah.
We're gonna
Sorry.
take it. Yeah,
We're driving to Iceland, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
we're gonna go to space for a bit. You know.
Yeah. I don't know. We're pretty amped on our co-travel at the moment.
Yeah.
But we keep talking like, okay, so when we need a break.
Yeah.
we'll see.
Basically, guys, the reason that I think we're like perfect travel buddies with each other
Mhm.
is because all four of us like all four of the other people. Like you can take any two of us and throw us in a room and we'd have a great time.
Yeah, it's so true.
But also, I think both couples know how to keep their own space a little bit. So like we totally share space 100%, but then can like have our time separate from each other, and it like bounce and paces everything else out,
Mhm.
right? Because we had
Mhm.
one couple that didn't know like have any regard for personal space. That'd be brutal, right?
Yeah,
like
Right.
it always like I don't know. So
Yeah.
anyway, I think we respect each other, but also just like enjoy each other so much.
Mhm.
So
It's true.
we're gonna just travel, I think, until we're need a break from each other. Then we'll probably take a
Kind
break.
of
and
like
then
van
travel more.
life. Like do it as long as it's fun.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Totally.
Oh, he's already going to that. I think we should. Any
Where
San
we
Antonio
go?
meetups? I think we should do a San Antonio meetup.
I
sometime.
know.
This afternoon.
We're, we're coming back to Texas after Mexico, and hopefully we'll have a little bit more time,
Mm.
and we'll be able to do some more meetups. What are your plans?
See,
for
that's a
kids?
fun. The vegan one's fun, but Abby dropped a real serious question.
Yeah. What is it?
What are your plans for kids? Oh, and another one right here from
Can you
Nick
live with
Wayne.
We get this question a lot.
Everybody wants us
actually.
to have babies.
I
know.
Okay, check out.
I
like,
do want these guys to have a baby, so.
So you live vicariously through our baby.
Yeah.
We're too young, guys. You heard how old we are. But yeah, like we get this question all the time. A lot of people do it. Like our Home on Wheels was on Instagram. They have a little baby. Genty Fell. She's on YouTube. She has a little baby.
Mm.
A lot of people do it.
Yeah,
I've seen ones that have like 3 kids in a Sprinter van. You can
Yeah.
do it.
it's insane.
I don't.
No, I don't think I could do that.
I don't want to.
I mean,
Yeah.
they can do it. I don't know how they do
The
that.
plan right now is to not have kids and not have to answer that question right now.
Yeah, but
We want
I mean,
kids
we'll
if
want
anybody
kids
cares.
eventually too. Yeah, we'll want kids eventually.
Yeah.
But it's like, I don't know.
Wait on the babies.
Yeah, it's kind of like the whole. Again, it's like the whole concept of van life. Just do it until you have fun, right? Like I feel like
Yeah.
if it's time to have to have kids.
Louisa, can I be your baby?
Louisa, we can't have kids, dude. That includes you. We have no. We couldn't handle the pressure right now. You know.
Okay, is there another question?
When are Eamon and Bet gonna marry?
All we know about our wedding is that these two are going to sing us down the aisle.
That's right.
And that is all I need to know. We don't have a date. We don't have a location. We don't know anything.
But you've got your music dialed in.
But we have our
Yeah.
music. I'm already like, I cry when I think about how emotional it's going to be for
Oh
me.
my god.
Just because it's going to be so beautiful. And like, oh, I can't wait. I really can't wait.
They want you to film your wedding. Are you gonna do that?
Live
I don't think
stream.
so.
I'm
Although
pretty sure
Eamon,
Eamon, what?
He'll be at the altar and be like, "Wiggle,
Guys,
wiggle."
we were talking about Eamon's gonna be at the altar with his Instagram live. It's gonna be like, so guys, like my wife is about to walk down the aisle. Let's get this reaction,
I'm
this
100%
candid
down to
reaction
do
on film.
that.
And he'll be like,
no.
yeah,
Plug the IG.
Like,
yeah. Go to a.mod if you want some pretty serious inside scoop on Beck's wedding reactions walking down the aisle.
Yeah.
Oh,
All right.
word. Oh,
Enough of that.
wow.
Oh, the Scarecrow. Okay, the Scarecrow, which is a very ominous name, by the way,
Wow.
says any plans to go to Alaska. I'm not going to disclose too much. Well, we just did in our last video. Yes, we do. We do plan to go to Alaska.
Yeah, for sure. So-
Self-defense weapons for protection.
Aubrey has some weapons.
We've got our.
Yeah, I have
pole.
this.
Yeah.
See how sharp that is, guys?
It's
I don't know if
insane.
you can see that,
Yeah.
but it's like
If she hit you with that, it's a whole different situation.
Oh,
insane.
my god.
oh yeah.
Aubrey
That's-
has her shoulders too.
yeah, my shoulders, my little toenail we found out is like
Yeah,
really sharp
she
right
like
now.
scraped me last night with her toenail. I'm like, oh wow, what
Aubrey
was that?
is absolutely lethal.
Oh my
So,
gosh.
You guys have your pole.
We have our pole.
Uh-huh.
We should get some mace, I think.
I think we should get a dog.
Dog?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they
No,
would
but the
protect
thing
us.
is, like, Mexican dogs are way more hardcore than.
Yeah,
Oh.
the dogs in the U.S. trying to go against like one of those
Oh,
crazy cartel dogs.
That's so
He ripped to shreds.
Yeah.
That's really
Dogs.
dark. Wow,
Um,
show Eamon. Everyone wants to see Eamon. Where's Eamon?
Give him a fruit update here.
Okay, let's get the fruit update.
Ooh, grapefruit.
Yeah,
Wait, what do you guys
Oh,
call those? You have a weird
smokes.
name for those.
Pamplemousse.
Oh, pamplemousse is the French word for
Oh, really?
grapefruit. So Eamon knows like 2 French words.
Pamplemousse is one of
Pamplemousse
those.
is
Pamplemousse
one
is
of
a
them.
fantastic word.
Yeah, it's so
Pamplemousse
good.
is
Yeah.
Sounds awesome.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, so
man.
anyone who's wondering, Eamon is the chef of the group, I
Oh,
would
yes.
say.
Like,
Like, hardcore. He's always the one cooking.
the Scarecrow just asked, "Where's Jeff?"
Hi, Jeff. My name's Jeff.
This is a fun question. Where do each of you want to go the most?
Oh.
Hashtag free Eamon. Hashtag free Eamon.
What?
We got him locked into the
Slaving him?
kitchen. Yeah, he's chained to the kitchen right now. Where do you want to go the most? Beck, where do you want to go the most?
The most in the whole world. Honestly, Central America has been super high on my
Yeah.
list. Like, Eamon and I have done a lot of travel, and I really love embracing everywhere we go. So Central has always been like, I think it's gonna be my vibe.
Yeah.
Mm.
Low key beaches.
Oh,
like I can
yeah.
picture Eamon and I opening up like a little, like a hut on the beach,
Yeah.
and like we've like got kombucha and like we sell surfboards and
Yeah.
and then there's like a little like eco lodge behind that people could stay at. Like
That's the dream.
it's not the dream.
That's a
It's
dream.
one of the dreams.
One of
Like
the
I can
dreams.
see it.
Yeah,
Yeah. I don't know if it's
absolutely.
gonna be perfect, but yeah.
Yeah.
That's a really.
So
We're so
we're
Central
really,
America.
this is really a business trip. We're sussing out potential locations for the hut.
yeah.
There you go. There you go.
Where do you want to go?
I want to go to space. That's kind of my big goal. I'm dying to go to space, and everything else is kind of like a step in that direction for me. Yeah, that's about it. I'd love to go to North Korea. If I could pick any country to go to for a year, it'd be North Korea.
A year.
Yeah, definitely.
Really? Wow.
Yeah. Or maybe New Zealand, like realistic countries. New Zealand sounds
New
insane.
Zealand for a year.
Yeah.
New Zealand or North America or North
North Korea.
Korea?
What about you?
Oh my gosh, it's so hard. I feel like the place I've wanted to go my entire life is Africa.
Whoa, whoa,
And
whoa.
Africa is huge and massive, but like I would love to like really spend a lot of time in different places.
I would easily go back to Africa.
Absolutely.
We only went to like 4 countries.
Where'd
and
you go?
yeah, we went to Kenya, Rwanda, Tanzania, and South Africa.
Wow.
Yeah.
We actually, like, again, this is why I never wanted him to start a business, because I would have loved to do
Just be
a working holiday in South Africa.
Yeah.
Because it's like really comfortable, and I
Yeah.
can see us living there in Cape Town, for example, and then traveling from there all the time, like going to. You guys
Tell me if this is right, but my buddy who's from South Africa. Oh my
wow.
gosh! Holy smokes, guys! Look at what Chef Eamon. Eamon, would you do me a favor? Would you
Sure.
give me a little splash of Bucci Booch?
Actually, I was thinking about
Yeah.
Oh, me too.
That'd be a great idea.
So my buddy is South African,
Yeah.
and we have another guy who actually that photographer Christian Doppelgatz who took our pictures in
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
He like one of his homes is in South Africa.
Mm.
And in his opinion, South Africa is like what people think Australia is.
Like Cape Town is.
Yeah, that's what he's saying. He's like,
Yeah.
Cape Town is like
Mhm.
what Australia says it is,
Yeah.
but like without the poisonous animals. Is what he says about Cape Town.
Right. Like Cape Town. Yeah, Cape Town is legit. It's super cool, especially for people.
Holy
Sangrias.
smokes.
Whoa, look at this mini mukbang.
You want
Mukbang.
yours like that too?
Yes,
Mukbang.
please.
Random and Rainy, have you ever visited Mexico before? No, actually.
Nope.
I've almost visited. I've lived 2 hours from the border, like half of my life.
I know, it's crazy.
First city we're gonna visit is Monterey on the way down.
Mhm.
I don't know who asked that. That's the question. Okay, you know what would be a crazy trip? Like one of my dream trips. Does
Yeah.
that sound insane?
Yeah.
So Aubrey has 4 brothers from Liberia,
That's like the main place in Africa I want to go.
Yeah.
and Liberia is so insane.
Yeah.
It's like one of the craziest countries in the world. Like
Thank you, buddy.
Mhm.
war going on all the time. People are super poor, but the people just seem so. I mean, obviously, her brother's like the 4 coolest people I know.
Yeah.
Other than her, and the
Oh,
people
wow.
just seem so unique.
So 4 coolest people, and there's 2 in this van.
Guys didn't make the cut. Wow.
No, you made the cut. Sorry.
Bye, Doodle Fox Animation.
Her
Have a good
my
dinner.
dual box animations. Anyways, so she has 4 Liberian brothers that are just amazing guys, and Liberia is such a unique place. I think it'd be the craziest trip in the world to go to Liberia because I feel like it would be crazy, right? Like it'd be just a culture shock,
Mhm.
but also it'd be so cool to see where her family is from, right?
Yeah.
So that's like my
And they still have family there and everything too.
yeah, like we've got like almost like a brother by association.
Yeah.
Mhm.
and
It's
and their
super cool.
older brothers.
No, I
there.
think that'd be an
Yeah.
amazing trip.
Yeah.
Buddy, people are really upset that you want to
They're
tell us.
pissed that you're not here.
They've
Guys,
started a
I'm coming.
hashtag free Amen.
Yeah.
Free the Amen.
Wait, baby, I don't have a spoon.
There's definitely a subgroup here that has a crush on Amen. I traveled to Liberia, and you're exactly right. Wow, that's so crazy, Bruce.
Free Amen. Free
Amen.
Amen.
Amen. Yay.
Come on, free radicals. Let's go.
Hashtag baby.
Hashtag free
What's up, everybody?
Where does Amen want to go?
Where does everyone want to go? Hashtag free Amen.
I don't know. Up until recently, like I never really thought about space until you started really pushing it, and
Mhm.
like you're pushing it, and I'm like, whoa.
You're obsessed now, aren't you?
Just because you kept saying like once you go to space, like you can't return the same, and it's
Never
like
the same.
that's true.
Right.
Whereas like anywhere on Earth, you're still on Earth. you know?
Exactly.
It,
But
it
would
is
you
next
leave
level.
me forever to go to space?
No, I'm not saying like you launch into space. Guys, so this is what Aubrey
It's like-
does, and I feel like you just did too, which is hilarious.
I'm saying the exact same question.
I'll say like I would love to go to Mars more than anywhere.
But you don't love
And
me, baby?
Aubrey immediately goes to, "Would you leave me if you had the chance to go to
Yeah.
Mars?"
Yeah,
And I'm like,
that's what I'm
yeah, and I was like,
And,
"Holy smokes!"
You say yes. You're
I
like,
don't
that's
know.
the only thing I would do.
The only way he would ever leave me
Yeah.
is to go
Look,
to
if
space.
it was
Would
like
you?
Elon had like a ticket where you could go, and,
One-way ticket to
and,
Mars.
and if you
You
didn't
wanna marry me?
want to
Yeah.
go,
Let's send these
We're
boys
here
up to space.
together forever now. Abandoned.
Him and I are just playing basketball on Mars, super bored. Like, what the hell did we do? This sucks here. It's freezing. There's no oxygen. There's nothing to do. Anyways, there was something else that we were talking about before that. Oh, but the space thing. No. So you could just. I feel like space would be like, say, like the craziest trip ever,
yeah.
or like the most spiritual experience. But you'd just be out there. You know what I'm saying? And you would just like
Hashtag space fan.
space
Let's
van.
do it,
I
guys.
would space van it up.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
I just feel like you would get such perspective on the size of the universe,
Mhm.
right?
I would want you to come, Bubs. That's the thing.
100%,
Like, I
right.
wouldn't want to do it without you.
No way. But I would. I mean,
But if
I-
you didn't want to go, I would seriously consider
Yeah,
going.
yeah. Or here's what I would for sure do. If someone was like, "You have a 2-month trip around space,"
Oh,
I'd be like,
for
"Aubrey, do you
sure.
want to come?" And you're like, "No." I'd be like, "Okay, I'll see you in 2 months."
I'd go for 2 months.
Yeah, how long do you think I'm gone for?
For life.
Oh, fuck no.
That's a
I
whole
wouldn't do
other
that.
question. We're talking about.
That's such a risk. No.
We gotta stay
yeah.
clean on
That's
this channel,
such a-
Evan.
Oh, what? Sorry.
Heck no.
Hell no.
Yeah.
Fudge, no.
You're still towing the line with that. Hell no, aren't you? Can't be too clean.
You can't change me.
Free the bun. Holy smokes, they love you, Amen.
They
Free the
really,
Amen
really
bun.
do.
Free the bun, like
Guys,
lose the bun.
This is on our. You're making us really insecure because this is on our channel, and you're all
Thanks,
just
Dan.
obsessed
Love you, buddy.
with Amen. Holy smokes!
I did get a question just for me. I feel really special.
What's the most underrated or
But we're gonna
overrated
skip
country?
over it, so.
That's it. Oh, this is. Oh, you did. Wait, what question? Aubrey, what's
It's
your?
fine. It's whatever.
No.
Let's read Aubrey's question.
Aubrey, what's your perfect Sunday? I feel like Aubrey.
Ollie has a crush on Aubrey.
Yeah, Aubrey has this little fan base because Aubrey is like the most pure, precious person that you'll ever find. I think a few of you appreciate that about her.
Mm.
What's your perfect Sunday,
A
babes?
few of you.
Oh, it's my perfect Sunday. Yoga.
Mm.
For coffee date with my
How early
baby.
do you wake up?
Oh, like 6:37.
Insane.
Yoga on the beach. And then coffee with you.
Coffee with you, baby.
And then like more yoga. And then
More coffee.
we're just more chilling with you.
It's a good one.
We can make that happen in Mexico.
Yeah, I know. Everyone wants our
You can have
haircuts.
a perfect
Do you guys have
every
yoga
day.
mats?
Yeah, dude.
Some good ones too.
Wait, you have one
Mm.
too?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
do too.
too.
Oh damn.
Do you guys have some?
What?
We
Yoga mat?
left
Yeah.
ours in
You gotta go snag.
I
it.
have one.
Halifax. Yeah, I mean mine.
Oh.
I don't have one.
All right, let's see.
man.
I like this question. Sandra P says, "What do you think is the most underrated or overrated country?" Can you believe how
Ooh.
fast these things go? We're already 23 minutes into this.
Oh wow.
Crazy.
Yeah.
So I think you guys. I've only been to like half a dozen countries.
Yeah.
So we can say ours real quick, but I want to hear what you guys really think, because like
That's a hard question.
the most underrated country.
Mhm.
I've never been to a country I was obsessed with.
I know that,
I
that
know.
that was my exact answer is like we've been to like 30 countries, just Eamon and I together, let alone what I've done before you and stuff like through Europe. And I've never been somewhere that I'm not totally blown away by. And I think maybe it's what's unique about people with open perspectives is I'm like open to learning what makes it unique.
Definitely.
And so every experience I've had, even if it's negative and like some places like we've had like crazy things happen to us and I still end up absolutely
Yeah.
loving the country. So
Yeah.
but I think we
Well,
can
what's
think about,
the most underrated? Because
Yeah.
overrated, I really don't think.
Overrated's easy.
Yeah. But even the great ones, like for instance, we went to Iceland. Everyone knows Iceland's super cool.
Yeah.
And it was super cool, right? It was
Yeah.
exactly what I wanted it to
Yeah.
be.
hmm
Not an underrated country, though,
hmm
right?
You know what I would
You
say?
can't judge countries, guys. I think it's so important that if you've done travel, you would know.
Yeah.
Travel and experience is all about people. It's all about the
Yes,
people
so
you meet.
true.
Mhm.
So like we look back at our travel, like we're both so outgoing. We find amazing people to hang out with,
Yeah.
and we
Mhm.
make it epic. We could be sitting in a parking lot with middle millennials and be like, "Yo, Texas is the best state in
Mhm.
America."
It is the best state in America.
Well, yeah, you know
That's
what I
a
mean.
bit
though? Like,
overrated.
it really depends. Who you're with.
That's so absolutely true.
Mhm.
Well, Aubrey, you've got some fans.
Hi guys.
Hashtag beards rule, buns drool. Well,
Oh,
my beard has shrunk recently. You guys
Shame.
might have noticed.
but you're the only one without a bun.
It's true. Thanks. I got some support here.
Wow, now Aubrey's getting all the support.
Wow. Keep it up for Aubrey, huh? All right.
What did
Come to
you?
Europe and we'll start a tour.
Everyone's crushing on Aubrey.
Okay.
Okay, somebody. I keep getting this laundry question.
I don't know why people are fascinated.
Yeah, this
by
is a
that.
pretty laundry's a
Like
pretty
the
easy
easiest
one.
question ever. Yeah.
Laundromats.
And
Next.
friends. Yeah.
Moving on.
Is that mango congelé?
Hey, Christian, I feel like you and I should feel anxious now.
'Cause
Yeah,
we have
Literally,
nice
literally,
supplier.
Amen, Aubrey.
I
Amen,
know.
Aubrey. Amen, Aubrey.
You
I
guys are
know.
so insecure.
And
I'm
so
just kidding.
insecure.
I'm kidding. I don't care.
Holy smokes. All right, let's see. Here tour with hundreds of vans. Holy smokes. Can you imagine
Whoa.
taking over a city with your vans? Go to a public park and there's like, you're like, all right, guys, like pile 40 vans around
Yeah,
this one.
is a good spot for
The cops
night.
come up and start like knocking on every single. Oh,
Yeah.
someone's a hottie, huh? Who is she? One of the two?
Aubrey.
Please don't grow a man bun. William's so not happy about it. Hashtag
wow.
back. I love back self. God dang, I'm the last one here. Oh, back to you, poop skip.
Yes, I do. Of course I do. But
Holy
Eamon
smokes,
has
you
them
see
more
those?
often than me, that's for sure. Ecuador is underrated. We have had a chance to go there. It was amazing. We spent how long do you think we were in Ecuador? And then we actually went to the Galapagos Islands, so we're animal obsessed.
Oh, this is pretty classic. Hi guys, I'm in the corner. Whoa, look at this hairdo
I
here.
tried to tell you.
No, that was what was classic
So
right
highlight
here.
that a bit more.
Yeah.
Hi guys, let's look.
There you
There
go.
we go.
Hello.
Hello, Eamon's hair.
Start a new trend.
Like,
here.
how do we
Ask them
have
if they like-
247 viewers? Guys, this is insane. I think last time we had like 80 people.
Do you guys want to ask them what they think of Hello Mexico, or we're already sold?
Yeah,
out?
no, I do. I
Number
would
one.
like some feedback.
Hey, I got some support that I got the #1 beard in the van, huh?
Yay, Christian!
Yes!
Oh, wow. What's that?
I think this is a holy smoke.
Hi, Craig Marsh. You just
Craig
sent us
Marsh
2 pounds?
Just sent us £2.
What?
Who's gonna send
Holy
us more money?
smokes, Craig.
I got 2 pounds on the screen. 2
Yeah.
pounds. Can I get 250? I need to buy new tires.
Back. I love. Oh, guys, loving it.
Yes,
Huh?
Christian's
You can
beard.
send money through YouTube?
Okay,
Yeah.
I love this question for Beck because
Yeah.
it's happened twice. So
Mhm.
Leah says, Beck, how do you handle adversity as a female small business owner? And another one says,
Mm.
Beck, what's your thoughts on being a girl boss?
Yes.
Huh? Mm.
Biggest advice is have a little minion that you can control.
I think it's like whenever I get questions about solo female stuff, it's not really fair for me to comment because I am a partner in everything. Like Eamon and I own the business together. But I do think that unfortunately there are times when men just respond better to men.
Yeah.
And that is really obviously frustrating and infuriating and all that kind of stuff. So I don't know. I face it, but at the same time I'm able to like balance because I have a partner. So, and then being a girl boss, I love it. I think that girl boss doesn't mean like bossing and all that kind of stuff. It's just a leader, and I get to hopefully bring up people and encourage them. And like, isn't that what a 2 is all about?
Totally. I think that you do this better than anyone I know.
Yeah.
Beck is like so deeply caring and sweet,
Yeah.
and like everyone in front of her gets her full attention because like you want everyone to feel so loved. Craig, stop, bro. Holy smokes. Anyway,
Craig.
but the other thing about
Craig,
you,
we've got a channel too, buddy.
Whoa.
holy smokes, Craigsters. Anyway, though, but Beck will stand up for herself.
Mm.
So, like, I don't know, I've seen you model being a girl boss extremely well,
Mhm.
and that you're able to stand up for yourself and not be pushed around, but still use, I guess, a more classic feminine trait of being like so empathetic and caring and loving,
Mm.
and have that be like just as powerful, right? Like in a support.
I also, just a quick note is I think what you've done really well is you're super patient. And I think that's so important being a boss.
Mm.
And you don't really have an ego. So like a lot of people can get carried away by like managing people or like all those kind of things that you have to do as a boss.
So
But
true.
you've kind of grown into that position naturally. And it's not like
Mm.
you're excited about having the power or you're driven by
Totally.
saying you're an entrepreneur. Like none of that stuff really, like obviously you enjoy that and that's cool and you're proud to be an entrepreneur, but that doesn't like, you know, spark your fire.
Define you or something. Yeah, that's key.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. It's nice.
I'll answer this question. What would you say Aubrey's love languages are? Aubrey has a lot of love
and
languages.
Aubrey's.
Oh, your and Aubrey's. So I love that they only ask me, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a question about both of us. It's like Christian. They want to make sure that I'm in tune with your
Yeah,
love languages.
yeah.
So Aubrey loves a couple of things. She loves quality time more than anything in the world.
Mhm.
Like kind of like you said, like Aubrey would be so happy if we just sat.
Is
2
Aubs
hours-
an introvert?
Oh, 100% an
Yeah.
introvert. 100% an
Do you
introvert.
not think I'm 100% an introvert?
I don't know. I don't really see it.
Really?
I guess maybe
Well,
you,
not
you
with
feel,
you guys.
feel comfortable with us enough.
Yeah,
right?
with you guys, it's just like you get to see just Aubrey. But with most people,
It's never like you're trying to sneak away.
Yeah.
You know?
but still,
I don't
like,
even like sneak. I just say I need to go away.
Yeah.
Right.
Mhm.
So Aubrey is definitely an introvert, but she loves quality time and loves snuggles more than anything. The calm.
She's like, I wanted to make sure you got a question too, Christian.
Aww. And then I don't know. I guess Aubrey would be better speaking to what my love languages are, but that's Aubrey's.
Your love languages are words of affirmation and physical touch.
That's true.
Like,
God is
equally.
so Christian.
Yeah.
Definitely physical touch, even by me.
Yeah, I love
He
it.
loves it when I give him
Bring it,
It doesn't
baby.
happen
Yeah.
very often.
Oh, I
I'll give you a
love
little
it.
Guys,
shoulder rub and
I
I can just
know.
smell you.
I love it.
Fuel.
Really love
Yeah.
these squeezes.
Oh my
You just
god.
like squeeze it.
Bring
and
it.
you're like,
Do you feel
oh
loved?
my.
It's so loved. We call it the daily squeeze. Every morning, I need my daily squeeze from Aubrey.
I just squeeze his entire
All
back and shoulders.
right, we already answered how old are we? Everyone loves these hashtags, huh?
Aw.
Aw.
Aw. What did everyone do after high school? This?
Not us.
What's the first? Because like the first thing I did, I went to DC straight after high school and worked on Capitol Hill for a while.
Yeah.
What did you guys do?
I went to university for 4 years.
I tried to go to university because I thought it was the right thing to do. Definitely not the right thing to do. I was pressured. Everyone around me was going to university. I just made it in,
Yeah.
so I went. wasted a bunch of money, wasted a bunch of time. Not really. Like it was still an amazing experience, and I'm happy that I got to.
And it's like shaped where you are today. You
Yeah.
can't, like say
No
that.
regrets,
Well, you
but it's like
undo
the
it.
pressure. If I didn't have the pressure,
Yeah.
you know, I don't know. It's hard to look back and say like I wish I did that.
Holy smokes, what the hell's going on with this
Use
money?
this for some yummy food.
And how do we even cash all this money in?
I don't know.
Holy moly, dude. We'll figure it out later.
Where are you getting your Wi-Fi right
Oh,
now?
someone doesn't like David McDonald. I don't know what David was doing. I kind of want to find David's comment now. Huh?
Oh, he's like been talking about vegan stuff.
Oh.
So take you guys are not going to. Yeah. Do you guys want to?
David's trolling us. Yeah, we
Holy
can talk about
smoke
honey.
rollies, David.
I think we've already kind of touched on it. Just to be clear, Eamon and I, first and foremost, have tried every substitute there is for honey for our tea. We've been through thousands of dollars of testing for maple syrup and agave and black malt syrup and coconut nectar and everything, and it just did not preserve like honey does naturally. So we were like at a crossroads of is honey's a food in a lot of ways. It offers a lot of health benefits. So do we add a preservative so that we can add maple syrup, or do we work with like a local sustainable apiary for a honey? So
yeah, I mean, long story short, David, like we're not perfect. We don't claim to be perfect.
yeah,
And if you want to get really deep into the conversation, it's like,
I don't think you should.
yeah, okay,
let's just move
Yeah,
on.
that's a good answer, dude.
all right.
We just feel good about what we do, you know.
Yeah.
Anyways, Sprinter Runner School Bus. So if friggity
Jordan and Kaylee.
Jordan and Kaylee are here, you guys could jump in on this, guys. I wish you guys were here on the live stream with us. We'll have to do this later with all six.
Skype
of us.
them in.
All right. Anyway, we're obviously Sprinter people, and I think it's showing why it's a good idea right now,
What?
because like our spinners are so freaking beefy
Yeah.
that they can just take it, right? We can cruise through. We're about to cruise through Mexico. We got these badass tires on all of our cars. We're just gonna like. I'm not worried at all about potholes or anything like that, right? If I had a bus, I'd be legitimately worried about it breaking down or something, right? So it's a trade-off. We can park like a normal car because we can stealth, but Jordan and Kaylee have a ton of room. They have a living room in there.
I'm waiting for like a SpongeBob moment. 2 days later.
Yeah, right.
It's on the side of the road.
Right,
like,
exactly.
both tires are blown out.
250 people in the Sprinter doesn't fit, Christian. I don't know what the hell that means.
Oh.
Let's move on.
Watch that language. Though.
Someone said they liked the travel bug episode. Do you guys know that we used to be called Travel Bugs on YouTube?
No.
You didn't
No,
even know
I didn't
that.
know that.
Oh, jeez.
You have a more real fan here than we
I
have here.
know. I'm so
Holy
amazed. That's awesome.
smokes, guys.
Yes.
Taylor, sprinters,
I'm
our
low.
sprinter gets about 20 miles a gallon because it's a diesel. So yes,
Yeah.
better gas mileage. than
I
diesel.
would personally, if I were to do it again, I would 100% do a sprinter. Especially
Yeah,
after
absolutely.
hanging out with Jordan and Kaylee, like it's awesome for their lifestyle, but for what we want to do, like we love, like the stealth parking abilities that we
Is
have.
their bus quite a bit
We
wider
love-
too?
Oh, super freaking wide.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a YMCA bus, dude.
Yeah, we love the fuel mileage that we get. It's all around just better for our lifestyle.
Yeah.
So.
Did you say, sorry, I might have zoned out, but that we spend a lot of time in cities, or you guys did, and then we
Yeah,
do
yeah,
a lot
yeah,
for
yeah.
our business, so it's like just small and mobile. And
Who's the best driver? Definitely me. I'll just take the cake
What
there.
the heck?
Hands
I
down.
was surprised at how good of a driver you were. At
Appreciate
first,
that.
I was kind of like really skeptical, like, oh, who's this young punk behind the wheel?
Yeah, then you saw me ripping through Toronto like a
Yeah.
madman without mirrors.
yeah, yeah.
Without mirrors.
Yeah, you are a good driver.
I appreciate that. Tell us about growing up as a competitive dancer. You guys both were kind of competitive dancers.
I
That's
was
kind of
a
a
competitive dancer.
that's a niche question for this group. I think we should move on actually.
Someone's addressing back. Move on. Move on.
Oh
That's
hey,
Christian's version of
Taryn!
shout out to Taryn Stewart.
Let's tell you
Aubrey's
guys
sister.
about each other's bands in terms of setup, organization, and modeling. This is my lovely, lovely sister.
Yeah, first of all, one of our best pals and
One of our
Aubrey's older
best
sister,
pals.
Taryn Stewart. Show her some love
You
in the
make
comments,
the-
guys. Hit some hashtag free Taryn's here. What's something you guys would take from each other's vans in terms of setup, organization, or modeling? I'm gonna back up this giant ass table that's absolutely a
Yeah.
beauty.
Mhm.
We just have different vans with different strengths, I think. So like ours, we have I like that ours has like a ton of storage space,
We're basically storing like their stuff
everything,
in our van.
but
right
they
now.
have this insane dinner setup.
And
So
then
I
we're
think
gonna
that's
hang out in their van.
yeah, it's a huge win for them. So I wouldn't take it, but I love it. You know what I mean? Like I would.
I think, like we both said, your event has a lot of opportunity to
Yeah.
just do like that L.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like,
100%.
you have so much space in that
It's
little
ridiculous.
kind of living room area.
It's ridiculous,
Mhm.
yeah. I think you guys have maximized your space better than we have to this date, right? Holy smokes, guys!
Whoa.
Papa Joe, he's been on
Papa
our
Joe
live
B! Holy
Oh
smokes!
my god,
God.
the beer on me in Mexico because the Canadian thing to do. Toronto hometown love. Aww.
Papa.
You're a
Papa
beauty,
bless.
mate.
Oh, that is so kind.
You probably don't know what to do with that money, so
Yeah.
we'll
Papa
have to
bless you,
start-
Papa Joe.
Papa Joe. Everyone's saying so sweet, Papa
Hashtag
Joe.
free Papa Joe.
Emma, I'm so sorry to hear about your
Yeah.
Sorry,
dog.
Emma. Emma's very sweet. We talked to her on the reg.
Oh, Emma,
Yeah.
when I lost my family dog in like grade 12, it was so heartbreaking. And still, when I go home to visit my parents and I open the front door, I feel like she's going to come running towards me. So
Aw.
I think it's better to just remember and embrace like what a special part of their lives, of your life, they were and everything. And just, yeah, I don't know. That's really hard.
That's so
I'm sorry to hear that.
Tanner, I would definitely not recommend buying a fifth wheel camper.
Oh, definitely not.
Yeah, it's so limiting on where you can go, where you can park.
Mhm.
I mean, for us, like we're basically minimalists. Like living in a small space is fine, but if you need that extra room, then you can just get a bigger van or even a bus. But a fifth wheel is like
Oh, I love this
it's a
right here.
beast.
Eamon and Becker hashtag couple goals.
You guys made it.
Lindsay.
Thanks,
It's
Lindsay.
okay. There are hashtag couple goals too.
Yeah.
Oh,
Which
Joe's
weird.
Oh, Joe's his.
Hmm. Do we have an
That's getting a little religious. Papa bless us, you know.
Wow.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
Our back answers are so long.
so
Make you a little self-conscious there, back, huh?
I know.
meaningful, baby.
I know because I
Meaningful.
care. I really do.
Oh, Emma, I saw.
Emma's crushing on
Emma-
Josh.
So yeah, Emma's having Emma's was liking Josh, huh?
Uh-huh.
Josh is a sweetheart, Emma. If you can go get to know that guy, you'd be better for it.
You won.
All right, let's see. Let's answer some of these other questions. Holy smokes, how about that one, huh?
Oh.
Harder.
Yeah. Eamon and I had to talk a long time to figure out what our safe word is going to be, but that's not the kind of thing we feel comfortable sharing here.
Do you find your solar panels make you less stealthy? I think that's a good question because I do. And then when we were
Really?
driving
Yours are
behind
super
you guys
stealth.
last
Your band
night,
is like so stealth.
So stuff.
I was like, why? I can't even tell that they have a solar panel. It's
Yeah.
so stealth. Whereas you can totally tell.
Because
that
their
ours
band's longer, if you guys don't know, and their panels are closer to the front.
And they're right in
even
the
if-
middle of
Even if you're looking at it from the back, you can't see them the side, like not really.
Even the vent on top's pretty stealth, and they have the shower on theirs, and ours is
And
way
we
more
have a
banged up.
gash in our door,
Yeah, ours
so
looks
it looks
like-
like a workman.
Yeah.
Hardcore.
All right, let's see.
What did you guys study in college? don't
I
even-
studied political science.
Oh, I didn't even
Yeah.
know that.
Yeah, that was my major.
Marketing. Yeah, I was in like a media marketing program, but I minored in dance,
business
and then
marketing.
Eamon did business.
So
Yeah,
you guys are all pretty consistent there. I'm the little outsider here. Huh?
yeah, that's cool.
Mhm.
Hope I will be president someday.
Yeah, I know
Yeah, I
you will.
believe
Yeah.
I know you
Hashtag
will. I'll
vote
vote for you.
Christian
Running against
2044 or something. Yeah.
2044.
I'm just gonna be like 95 and killing it still. We already answered that one.
We will be doing what we eat in a days in Mexico, and we're doing a mukbang or mukbang. I don't know how to say it. Tomorrow, it's going to be live on our channel, so you guys can see all the.
Anything I want.
It's actually really fun. We watched some of the footage.
Oh my god!
You like that, Eamon?
That's so...
We're not gonna recognize
I'm
it.
pretty
but-
sure it's the band.
Fitness on the road. Do you guys
No,
want
it's
to?
not.
No.
Oh, we have a new plan for fitness on the road.
Yeah. Do you want to talk about that and how we're all going to be
I
so
think you
fit?
guys need to talk.
Yeah.
So these guys just met my family and my crazy ass mom and dad, who are like the most fit people in the universe, and they immediately jumped into a fitness session with my dad. What did you guys do?
We did. So Ken led us through. You do 10 burpees, like proper burpees, and then you run however far, like we had it set up. This is 1. So there and back is 1, and you do 10 of those. Then you do 9 burpees, and then you go 9,
It's insane.
8, and all the way down
That's
to
like
1.
sprints, right?
He
Like-
suggested we go back all the way up to
Holy
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9,
smokes.
10. So, yeah, we're gonna do that every day so that when I go back to Austin, I can kick your dad's butt.
Yeah,
It
I
needs
believe
to
it too.
happen.
You need to kick his butt.
People are voting for you for president.
Oh, I
dude.
appreciate it, guys.
Hashtag Eamon and Christian. Hashtag Spacebound.
They started a new
Hashtag couple
channel.
goals.
Someone wants to know how we're gonna talk between
God, they
bands while
love
we're
all
driving.
these kid
Yeah, I did have the
questions.
thought of like getting walkie-talkies.
You know what? Just be like,
Oh.
over and out. Yeah, we're parking over here. We're pulling over here.
Yeah.
Cops have got us.
When we stop van life, we answer this all the time, dude. Until
Yeah.
we whenever we feel like stopping.
I speak un poquito of Spanish.
Yeah.
You said all the other words except a
Yeah.
little.
Habla
I'm really hoping that when we leave, I'll speak Spanish. That's what I'm thinking.
I know my mom is stupid rip, dude. She's like a body. She's a personal trainer now.
Yeah.
Mhm.
She's crazy, man. She just picked up her 3rd job as like a personal trainer now. It's a ton of clients.
How do you
Go
manage-
home, dude. I love that one.
Wow,
It's like with an exclamation point. Go home,
dude.
dude. Mm. Holy smokes.
What are we
Who is scared
for?
of most? Well, we can say who's the most scared. It's that guy right there.
It's so weird. It's really taking me by surprise that you are, but you are.
I think I'm just cautious. Like I just think like
Nervous, right?
My personality is to play every single situation in my head, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
And
There's just a lot of
you are
backgrounds.
vulnerable. Like
Yeah.
you're in a van in Mexico. There's no
Yeah.
like, oh my god, I need to go down to talk to the receptionist at the hotel.
Right.
There's no hostel
Right.
manager. There's no, you know what I mean?
I
Like,
know what you mean. Yeah.
But it's not.
and none of us speak Spanish, but like we're doing it, so
Right, we're doing
it's
it.
all good.
So we'll
I'm
figure
just
it out.
gonna like,
I mean, there's
Deal with
plenty
it.
of scenarios that could be bad.
yeah, 100%.
But I think karma's gonna treat us well, right?
And what's reassuring is like 90% of Mexicans are like the most amazing, lovely people.
like
and that's-
99%, right?
Yeah,
Mm.
99. And that's what we keep hearing. So
We're in danger in Toronto. It's like one of the biggest cities for crime and
Absolutely.
stuff too, and we live in a van there. So we just need to breathe.
Mhm.
Yeah, I love it.
Mhm.
Anyways, it's gonna be crazy. So we've got, let's say, like maybe 15 minutes.
Yeah.
I don't think we'd ever van swap. We don't need to. We are in each other's vans all the time. So.
No, I think someone was asking like.
Oh, they
while
want to
we're
van swap with
driving-
them.
No, while we're driving, would be the girls
Yeah.
drive together and the boys drive together just to switch it up.
Probably take some turns
Yeah,
to get sick of each other's conversation.
yeah.
What we do? Get some harmonies going here. All right, let's see. Do you guys argue when you drive?
Oh, yes.
Sometimes.
plans after the yoga show. Lindsay wants to know.
Yeah. Geez Louise. Okay, wait, we're losing our
Yeah,
momentum
let's
here.
just
huh?
like go.
Do you bring
go up.
clothes for all the season? Should I just go up and like,
Yeah, just find
guys,
some more.
keep
That's a
commenting
good
away. But
question.
I'm gonna
You
go
guys
north.
can look for a question and we'll just comment. Like
Yeah.
we personally, because we live in Canada so many months of the year and it's so cold, we did put some of our stuff in our office in boxes, just because we don't need all of that cold stuff. But we're still very minimalist in our wardrobe. Even if you had all of it, it's just like, well,
Not
we
gonna lie,
don't need
pop
all
that
these
open. Show them
sweaters.
my clothes. Like
So little. You brought. So
that's all I
little.
have.
That's
Yeah.
pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like
So I mean, like, honestly, I mean, okay, this might not be as big of a deal as I think it is. Oh, I had a question
Oh,
right
I'm
there,
sorry.
dude. But like, after being vegan, and we have stress, but it's not like this bad. Like, I'm freaking out because my boss is coming down on me. Stress. I feel like, I mean, this is kind of personal, but I feel like I like sweat a lot less, and I'm a lot less like I just feel less dirty and gross
Yeah.
and stinky. You know what I mean?
I think that's a big thing.
So I rewear clothes all the time. I mean,
Yeah.
honestly, like
even
I'm
like working out, like I'll reuse my socks.
Yeah,
Just hang them
exactly.
Up and let them dry.
I'm wearing half the clothes I did yesterday, and you just do that, right?
Wow, that's next level.
Yeah, that's super next level.
I do it. It's like, not that bad.
Holy
You know?
smokes. I really liked one question from Hell_4_Helena. Because I think about this.
It's H.
What was that word?
Oh, hell
He
for
said
Helena.
hell for
Holy
Helena.
moly.
No. H for Helena.
Anyways, okay. So, how do you guys feel about the environmental footprint of your vans? How do you compare to the van footprint of living in a house? So, the reason
really
I
good
like this one
question.
is because like this was my main reason. I know it's not most people's main reason for going vegan or whatever personally, but I'm like this is my main reason, and
Mhm.
also like one of our big reasons for becoming minimalist was the environmental impact.
Mhm.
So here's the thing, guys. When we get into this little community, I think it's really good that we hold each other to a high standard. But I think we sometimes can lose perspective on how positive an impact we're already making, right? So let's say if we're all like someone is vegan 5 days a week, that is a great thing, right?
Yeah.
So I think that's kind of what happens in this kind of situation, right? They look at us living in the van and they're like, "Oh, I spotted a plastic bag," which we don't use plastic bags, right? I had one
Usually,
of my videos, as I forgot to bring it up, but everyone was like, "Spotted a plastic bag," right? How could you say you're environmental? It's like, okay, let's take a step back here and see that, like, you know, we don't, contaminate water, and we don't have like a bunch of waste. We throw out trash once a month from our recycling because we go through such little stuff.
Yeah.
So like overall,
And also like living
we
in
have
such
solar
a small
energy, I
place.
mean-
Yeah. When living in such a small space, you understand the impact that you're making as well.
Oh,
So, like
so
your
true.
footprint. You understand how much energy your laptop charging actually takes. And you have to be careful about that. And you understand how much water it takes to
Yeah.
brush your teeth. You have to be really careful about that. So because of all the limitations, I actually feel like we're making a much
so much
smaller
better.
footprint.
Just by being vegan alone, like you guys don't
Exactly.
know, like animal agriculture is the worst for the environment.
Worst.
You can Google it. There's tons of documents showing, there's all these things saying, 4 months of showers goes into one hamburger. I don't know the actual facts, so don't hold me to that. But you can the internet is amazing.
Well, go watch Cowspiracy. I mean, yeah, it's ridiculous. So anyway, I think it would kind of be healthy for everyone to have some time in their life. They didn't necessarily live in a van, but they had some sort of experience of limited resources so that they could understand. Because it's changed my perspective on basically everything I do in my life. Right? And how much it really consumes.
It's pretty amazing. Like when we are in here and we do the dishes, you're so conscious, and then you have the opportunity to do dishes somewhere else, and you're like, whoa, people just let the water run and all of this kind of stuff. It's just really crazy.
All right, let's find a couple more here. We've got time for maybe like half a dozen more questions.
I like that one. How did your family and friends react when you first said you were going to live in a van?
When I live in a van, how do your family and friends react?
Yeah.
Well, I think you guys' story is pretty classic. You guys should tell your story of the van announcement.
Really quickly, ours was, with your family, it was pretty chill because your dad we're really close to and see him a lot. So he already knew that we were thinking about it. But my family is very traditional. And so when I went to my parents' house on the Sunday night, we walked in and we're like, we bought a house. And my siblings had literally been buying houses and looking for houses. So it was kind of like that stage in our lives. And my dad's like, oh, right on, like so excited. And then kind of like, how on earth are you guys affording this, And then Eamon says it's on 4 wheels and it's 60 square feet. And
such an Eamon thing to say.
Yes, he just stirred the pot. But
they didn't get it. And then we sat them down. We cracked out Pinterest and started showing them some of the other conversions. And Jerry started warming up a little bit. So.
At the end of the day, my parents truly just are so supportive and want us to be happy. And I think they see how happy we are.
Yeah,
and
they're super supportive.
That's enough.
Couple things. First of all, playing for music.
Music.
Think that's shout out to you for not only not the money, but like a very sweet little thought there.
Wait, I didn't get to read it. Go read it. A snack from a street vendor just to help. That's really cool.
Very cool. We will spend that money on street snacks. Thank you. Our stories real quick. With my family, they're super chill. Like I think they'd like to be living in a van. They're kind of crazy people, so they thought it was pretty badass.
Yeah, my family thought it was cool.
So shockingly, no. Like Aubrey's family is just more like Bex. That like they're more like that more traditional, I guess.
I think they liked it though because we were living in San Antonio when we first moved into a van, and they knew that it meant we would more easily be able to visit them in Washington. So they were excited about that.
Okay, so let's. There was something funny about Cam and Bree.
Yeah,
you would see that.
Holy smokes!
These guys are jealous of Cam and Bree because they're our other besties, eh?
Yeah.
We're actually supposed to be going to their wedding in New Zealand in September, so I'm sure
you'll
we will
see them there for sure.
Do some filming of that.
We miss them a lot.
Yes, we do.
Yeah. We miss them too,
Yeah.
Shout out to Cam and Bree. Everybody's. Yeah, it's true, Bobsters.
They're asking about Bob.
No, it's a different Bob. Shout out to Bob, though, huh?
Yeah, huge.
My parents will only be vegan or vegetarian. Emma, again, it's so interesting to say that. Like, my brother is actually running into this right now. My little brother Caleb, wants to at least be dairy free, and my other brother wants to be vegetarian. But it's just not something that my family is able to do right now or wants to do, at least my parents. And I think that, what I would do if I were you is be really gracious and grateful to them because you're still living with them, right? But maybe just start practicing little by little of introducing them to the idea of it. You don't have to go full out, but maybe just suggest that maybe we stop buying quite so much meat and only eat it 1 or 2 days a week instead of at every single meal.
I would say start with talking to your mom and say, hey, I'll make all meals for Monday.
Yeah.
And then you can make them all vegan and they can try it out.
It's a great thought. So you can take the burden off of her, right? And kind of introduce it to your family yourself. I know you're not buying groceries because I think you're 14, if that's right. So you're in a bit of a tough spot. But the more you can take it on yourself a little bit to introduce it to your family, I think the more open they might be.
Sorry.
Also, another thing is just leading by example, right? Look up an amazing vegan meal and they said, pull it off. Make that meal and show your parents that vegan food's amazing.
Yeah. Okay. This is very cool right here.
No.
This one.
Yeah.
Our son lost 110 pounds after becoming vegan. So much happier, healthier. That's amazing. And how much? It's cool sharing. How much weight? I think your dad already shared it. How much weight did your dad lose when he went vegan?
50 pounds.
50 pounds.
No extra exercise.
Insane.
Just pure diet.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
It's crazy. Okay. Let's see. We're almost done here, guys. We're gonna wrap up in about 5 minutes. So you guys have any last questions? Okay. Let me tell you what we're up to. Right. So before you go. We're going to hopefully be uploading every day of our trip in Mexico. I mean, it depends on if we can have the Wi-Fi situation, but we'll probably be filming every day. And our thought is that we are going to have the whole series. It's Hello Mexico. It's going to live on both of our channels.
Hello, Mexico.
Yeah. So keep an eye out for that. The first video is coming out Wednesday. That's at least the plan.
Mhm.
And we're going to go every single day back and forth. So one on Minimal Millennials, one on Eamon and Bex, if we can make it work. And hopefully every single day of the meal will be documented for you guys to
Now, maybe this is a
run
good
along.
point just to like let them know, like we're limited by Wi-Fi. So if it doesn't get uploaded,
Exactly.
we're not gonna like
We're not dead. No,
we're not
yeah.
gonna freak out on getting them uploaded.
Yeah.
We're gonna try our best, but then they will be in order, right?
Mhm.
So it's just keep watching, flip
Yeah.
back and forth.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so make sure
100%.
you guys are subscribed to their channel so you can get the whole
Oh,
series.
Appreciate that, Obs.
This
No
is cool
problem.
too.
Got you covered.
So I lost 42 pounds by going vegan.
That's amazing.
Wow.
85 pounds so far by going vegan. Holy
Wow.
smokes.
Man,
That's
that's
amazing.
amazing.
And you know what's so crazy? I mean, with Ben or Brittany or all of you guys, it's not just about the weight gain. It's like, for us at least, for me, like, we didn't necessarily have weight to lose, but we didn't have any energy beforehand.
Mhm.
Like, I was wiped out every single day.
You know what's
And you
interesting
feel good,
too?
like, positive vibes.
Right,
but you know,
right.
like, do you remember before we went vegan? I would have I have a really fast metabolism, and I would have these times where it felt like my stomach was eating itself.
Holy
I felt like I
smokes,
was
yeah.
completely out of calories,
Yeah.
and I was really nervous going vegan about that because I felt like I'm not going to get enough calories and all of that. But I found out that I think it was just that I was eating completely empty calories, and my body couldn't it wasn't getting anything from them. So once we went vegan, I've literally never had that feeling once in my life.
Mm.
So if you feel like you're not going to get enough calories going vegan, you totally are. It's just going to be better calories, like way better for you, way more
Mhm.
nutritious.
So a couple of things real quick, because we're kind of on a vegan train. I think it's interesting. First of all, I
Benny
want to.
Ari Van Life, what's up?
Hey,
Benny, we'll see you in Nashville, buddy.
Yeah, we'll
2
see you in
months.
Nashville too. We'll be there.
Yeah, super pumped.
Lydia, I wanted to encourage you because you said you're 3 weeks in. It takes about 3 weeks in our experience at a minimum for your body to even like readjust to a vegan diet at all. So the first 3 months, I don't want to say that much. The first 6 weeks were kind of rough for me because not rough, but like I was so hungry. I was missing certain
The
foods.
food wasn't tasting good.
Food wasn't tasting very
Yeah.
good. Give it a couple more weeks. You're almost to the edge. The first 3 weeks are the tough ones, right? So you're almost past the point where it's going to get really good. So keep it up for sure. Okie doke. 2 more minutes here. What do you think, Aubrey?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think we
Any last
covered
questions? Are we happy?
our next adventure.
So yeah, guys, keep an eye out for Mexico. It's gonna be crazy. Again, as we've said, any recommendations that you guys have, any places we have to go, message us. Who knows where we're gonna go? We're just gonna be asking around. We don't have a full plan. We're just gonna be having a blast. I would love your recommendations, and we're gonna stay safe and happy and healthy, and rip, rock, and rolling.
Rip, rock, and roll.
Okay. Do we have anything else we need to say here?
I think we're
I
good.
think we're good.
Thank you guys for being on our channel.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
Yeah, it's been fun.
Thanks for having us.
What's your
folks.
channel for those people who don't know?
Eamon and Beck, spelled EAMON.
And
No, so my
BBC.
dad texted me this yesterday, and he was talking about. He said he was trying to say E and B, but it's Eamon and Beck. So he said, "How are like A and B doing?"
Rookie mistake there.
Yeah,
Ken.
that's pretty bad.
All right, guys. We'll see you on Wednesday.
All right, guys.
Bye.
See ya. Bye, 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 bye.
Bye, 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 bye,
Bye,
bye, bye.